afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Eppy. Welcome to everyone in the chat. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful Friday. It is almost the weekend. I asked in the chat if anyone was doing anything fun this weekend. Rosie said she's going to carve some pumpkins tonight and watch Addams Family for Halloween. That sounds amazing. Actually, that's very timely. With our Daily Creative Challenge today, we're going to be doing something pumpkin related. So we're psychic with you, Rosie. We've got Joshua, we've got Dee, Cody, hey Cody, we've got Mohammed. Welcome everyone. As always, if you guys have any questions about anything I'm doing, just go ahead and pop it in the chat and I will reply to you. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and hop on over to Behance. So if you want to follow along with me, I'm on behance.net/challenge/XD. And today is the last challenge of this week, but we still have the rest of this 2-week challenge going on all through next week. So if you missed today, don't worry about it. We've still got more challenges next week as well. Awesome. Hey Dee, welcome in everyone. Lots of pumpkin emojis. I love it. Awesome. So as always, if you have not already registered, go ahead and sign up with this big blue button right there. And each day you will receive a challenge. So if you scroll on down here, you can see what challenges we're working on this week. We had a very fun pet dress up one on Tuesday. We did a campground mapper on Wednesday. Yesterday we worked on that bike helmet e-commerce website. And today we're going to be working on a pumpkin carving randomizer. So we're going to design and prototype an experience that randomizes jack-o'-lantern designs. And I want you guys to allow users to shuffle your designs, test out different faces before selecting an option. So this is just a fun one. A little bit similar maybe to the pet dress-up one from Tuesday, but I'm going to show you a different way to do that drag animation. So if you want to, you can grab the starter file, just hit get started. This will take you over to the Creative Cloud space where we host the starter files, and just hit copy to your work. And then when you go back to your Creative Cloud files, you can see it in there. And as always, if you missed any of these streams or you want to go back and watch a certain part of any of these, you can just hit watch video and rewatch any. Of course, join us on our community chat over on Discord. This is the Discord link. If you want to sign up, you can get feedback on your work. We've got lots of mentors over there. And if you guys just want to chat with each other, that is cool too. So let's open up Discord and see what we got going on. So as always, if you want feedback, just post it in this current challenge channel right there. And you can see what mentors are online over there giving feedback. And you guys were doing lots of your campground designs from the other day with the scroll groups. I love seeing all of these. And the pet costume apps. Love it. So we're going to look at a few of these towards the end of the stream if we have time. So keep sharing those over on Discord. And of course, every day I'm live at 2 p.m. Pacific, so just keep on checking back here. So let's go ahead and hop on over to XD, and I'll give you a little preview of what we're going to be working on, just so you have a sort of idea. All right, so this is our pumpkin randomizer, faces randomizer app. That's the technical term I'm using for today. So we're going to use this little random button to kind of, flip through and choose like a random face, some eyes, nose, mouth, whatever. And then we're also going to be doing this little slider. So you can choose, kind of fun, choose different mouths, different eyes, different nose, kind of plan out if you are like Rosie carving a pumpkin tonight, plan out what you're going to do. So yeah, that's what we're going to be working on. Welcome everyone that's just joining. We've got Bram, Christina, Umacorn, Ahmed, Ariana. Welcome in everyone. All right. Okay, so this is that starter file. So like I mentioned, you can download that from Creative Cloud over on the Behance page if you want. And you can really do this one today like any way you want. If you want to do the slider, that's cool. Or if you just want to do the randomizer button, that's fine too. I am going to be doing auto animate. I feel like that's the easiest way kind of to do this today. Auto animate with a drag trigger, and that will be in the prototype tab up here under our interaction panel right here. It's grayed out right now, but I'll show you how to do that. And for inspiration, I mean, there's really, at least as far as I know, there's really not any pumpkin face tester outer apps. So you get to create maybe the first one that's out there today. So use like some illustrations for examples. This one I thought was so cute, using just like different shapes of gourds and pumpkins. Very cute. Oh, and I just noticed this says pumpkill. Pumpkid. Oh, that's so funny. Just noticed that. Love this color palette, you know, kind of spooky looking with the patterns in the background. So yeah, just have fun with this one today. Since it's Friday, nothing too serious. And as always, if you want to look through the resource booklet, got some different fonts and icons and everything in that booklet. And the tip of the day is really nothing too serious. Just get creative with auto animate. You can have some different layers that you rotate in and out for eyes, nose, mouth. And if you want to rotate out the background layer as well, if it's, you know, a ghost or like a skull or something, that would be cool too. Yeah. And if you don't want to animate a pumpkin, try something else that you want to shuffle. Maybe it's different like fall patterns on a card, something like that. And maybe even try some of the 3D Transform, that new feature that was released last week at Max. All right, so I'm just starting with one basic iPhone size of artboard. So your artboards are over here. Grab whatever size you want. As always, I mean, if you want to do desktop, that's totally fine too. And I'm gonna start at the top up here. So as always, let's grab some sort of menu icon, put it in the top left. Let's also grab a settings icon, zoom in here, just kind of line that up in the center, and then hold down Shift and drag it to the right. So we've got that kind of in the same spot. And usually if I have two icons at the left and right that I kind of want to balance out, I usually do try to draw attention to just one of them that is the main focus. So as far as hierarchy, the main menu button is more important than the settings. So I think adding that little circle behind kind of helps. And then let's go ahead and add just a logo or, you know, whatever you're calling this. I'm going to be super original, very direct with pumpkin faces. And you already know it. I'm using Sophia ProSoft, the usual. All right. And then just in this little space right here, let's make this a little bigger. I just want to add some like descriptive text about how to use this app, because there's really nothing else out there like this. So I think in certain cases it's helpful to have directions. So let's just say like we're going to add a slider. So like use the slider or click the randomizer button. Button to choose a pumpkin face. And let's bring this down just a bit. 15 points I think is good. All right. And this background is just a darker color of the same green. And then I just, literally it's just circles with a border added. And then I brought down that transparency to like 16. Just kind of gives a little bit of dimension, I think. Yeah. All right, so in my document assets panel over here, I got a bunch of colors, got a bunch of character styles, components and everything. So I have already grabbed some vector images that I sort of made in Illustrator and a pumpkin. And if you want to grab a pumpkin from Adobe stock, that would be a little bit easier, you know, than making all of your own illustrations. So we can just center that. And this, we're just going to keep static behind everything else. And then all the rest of these face pieces, so like eyes, nose, mouth, we're gonna have kind of rotate horizontally in front. So let's see, what do I want to do next? Next, I'm gonna add the randomizer button. We'll do the faces last, I think. Move this up a bit. And then I also want, like I showed earlier, I want to have that slider. So I'll have the slider a little bit higher. And I'm actually going to reuse, this is from this little like pointer thing, is from the Smoothie Daily Creative Challenge a little bit ago, if you remember that one. But you know what? It's good to reuse components sometimes. So down here we'll choose eyes, or nose, or mouth. And let's make these a lot smaller, maybe 17. And then we'll center mouth. And then eyes and nose, I kind of want those to be on the same like plane. So let's add like 11 to the radius over here in the transform panel. Oops, should be -11 on the left side. And just kind of space those out nicely. And then we want mouth to look like it's selected. So let's bring in those borders. I'll make this green and just send this backwards. And I'll bring down that opacity just a touch. All right. And then these two I want to look like they're not really selected. So I'll just bring down that opacity as well, but still visible so we can see it. And maybe we can move all these up just a touch. Okay, cool. Now this is where our slider is going to be. So we need to add a little indicator that we can kind of drag. So let's just add a circle. Pretty straightforward there. And a green border. Let's bump that up just a tad. Petra asked, what app is this? If you're just joining, this is a pumpkin faces randomizer sort of app that we're making just for fun, just to plan out ahead of time before you do your carving. All right, so I'm using 2 layers here, and let's just group those together. So I'll leave that slider like that for now, but let's go ahead and build our randomizer button with the faces. So what I want to do, we'll just start dragging all of these faces. This one is so cute, I think. All of the eyes in a horizontal row and all of the mouths in a horizontal row. And I'm actually going to drag these off of the artboard and kind of space them out enough, just like that or so. And so that way we don't see them on the artboard at the same time. And then when we drag them, this is very similar to the pet costume app. So if you watch that one, that's exactly how you would do it. So we would group all of these together by Command G. And actually, I think I'm going to move these over to the left because I want the mouths to go to the right. Super minor, but just a little personal preference. And then let's drag all of the mouths on. They look kind of weird right now, but when they're actually on the pumpkin, I think they look cute. That one is cute. Okay, so just dragging these kind of in a row here, giving them enough space. I love this teeth one too. Looks kind of funny with like especially this happy eyes. Got that one. Make sure I don't miss any. We've got a lot of mouths, not as many eyes. All right, so then same thing with these. Let's just boop, boop, boop. Select all of these. I'm holding down Shift while I'm selecting, and then we'll Command G to group all of those. Okay, so if I want to go back and edit any of like this whole group, I'm gonna need to make that a component. So I don't have to do that for every single artboard because I'm gonna be making a new artboard for each of these different mouths. So let's just make this a component. And you'll see in our assets panel over here, we've got that big component. And same with this one. Come over here, make it a component. Cool, so we've got 2 of those right there. All right, so that looks good. So cute. And let's just select the whole artboard and copy and paste it. So we've got an exact duplicate. And what I want to do here is use this randomizer button. We'll press that, and then we'll just move these over just a few. And I'm just holding down Shift and just dragging that whole group over. And same with the eyes. The flowers are kind of cute. Okay. And then we'll come over into our prototype tab. We'll select that shuffle icon. And with this little blue arrow, we'll drag this over to the next artboard. And we will, for the interaction, we'll do tap. And for the action, we will do auto animate. So let's go ahead and preview this. I will get this out of the way so we can see a little better. So now if we press this, ooh, very nice. So we've got kind of a randomized look going on there. And if we wanted to, we could even just rotate this little circle thing around to have like a little spinning animation. So let's go ahead and do that. See what that looks like. Kind of nice. It was a little quick, but if you saw, the arrows kind of spun around. So just a fun little addition. Okay, so now for the slider, let's go ahead and what I actually want to do, I'm going to move this over because we're going to need some space here. So in order for this slider to work, we've got the bottom portion here, and then we've got this top green portion, but we just need to kind of cut it off a little bit. So what we need to do here, I'm actually going to ungroup these just for now. I need to have some way to make sure this rotates in a circle. So we actually need to make a huge circle and group this together with that green little slider. And try to make sure it kind of lines up just along that line perfectly. Or as close as you can get. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then we'll just select those 2 and group them together. So Command G to group. And then, since we don't really want to see this white portion, we'll just make this blank. So no fill, no border there. That'll be fine. Okay, now what I want to do is, let's group both of these together, bring this up, and I actually want to double click in, double click. So now we can just rotate this whole thing. So it'll rotate smoothly along that circle. Otherwise, if you don't have that circle, it doesn't really work too perfectly. So I'm just gonna leave it like right there. Let's move this up. Oop, group these together, move this up. And now all we need to do is just make a clipping mask. So I'm using my pen tool, and it doesn't need to be like perfect or anything. Just kinda, no one's gonna see the mask. So we've got our mask, and then just select your mask shape and your little green slider there, and we'll do Shift Command M to mask. So now when we double click in here, and we've got both of these, we can just sort of rotate that whole thing along that axis. And it might not be exactly perfect, but you can finesse it if you want to. So now, since that's good, we can just copy and paste. And I'm just gonna bring this down here so we have a little bit more room. And here, we'll just wanna double click in there and rotate this just slightly on each artboard, and then move each of these over just a tad. So I'm just gonna keep copying and pasting while moving this over just a bit. Move it over, and then go into our mouths group, and then move that over to the right as well. And I mean, you can do as many or as few of these as you want to. That one is so cute. Let's group that, move this just a touch more, and I'll do just like one more so you can see. And then we'll hop into the prototype tab, move that just a touch, and again, move this as well, and boom. I love those teeth. Okay, so now let's hop into the prototype tab, and you just want to make sure you like double or triple, however many groups you have. Select down far enough into that group so you're selecting just this little circle right there. And then we can drag this to the next artboard, and we'll do a drag trigger, and we'll do auto animate for this. So it already guessed correctly. So now when we preview this, let's press that play button to preview, get this out of the way so we can see a little better. And now we can just drag this over and we've got our auto animate. And I just need to do literally the same exact thing. So just double click down in there to the circle, drag that trigger over, and usually it just selects exactly what we want. It knows the same thing from the previous artboard. So we've got our drag trigger, we've got auto animate. That looks good. Let's do the same thing. Click down in there. That one's drag and auto animate. Click down in there. All right, so those look good. Let's preview this one again. And you know, we've got like a lot of stuff. Whenever you click on any of your artboards, we have a lot of stuff kind of falling off the artboards, but that's totally fine because no one will see it and it's not actually going on to any of your other artboards. So let's preview this. Press play up there. And we can just rotate this. Cute. And you can see, I mean, this is a little bit off. And that's just because my circle maybe wasn't totally matching up with that green slider, but you could go and finesse that just as much as you want. Slide a little more. Cute. Cute, cute. And you'll see like right here on a few of these, you might see some of your other previous or like coming up mouths. And all you need to do there to not see those is, since we made that a component, we could just go back to our main component. So make sure it says main up here if you're editing it, and just like double click in, and you can just move these ever so slightly so that you don't see any of the edges. So like this one right here, we can still see a little bit of that edge. So all I really want to do here is move this over a bit and move that over. So now, I mean, we can still see a little bit, but you get the idea. Just move them over slightly in your component so you don't see them in the rest. All right, so let's go ahead and Command S to save. And if you want to export this as an MOV file, just come over here to your play and then press record while you start dragging around. And when you press stop recording, you can save it wherever you want. It'll be saved as an MOV file. And then if you just wanted to export as like normal PNGs, select as many artboards as you want, come up here to File, Export, and then Selected, and that will export as PNGs. But let's go ahead and hop on over to Behance now. One of my favorite parts, looking at you guys' work. Yes, oh, we've got Andrew in the chat. What's up, Andrew? Rosie. Everyone's saying that the pumpkin is so cute. Yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. And you don't have to do a pumpkin if you don't want to. Like I mentioned, if you want to do a ghost or something different, you know, that's fine too. All right, so let's look at some of you guys' challenges. So yesterday's was that bike helmet e-commerce app. So we've got this one by Annie. Annie has been killing it. She's been doing like every single day. So props to you, Annie. All right, so let's look at this prototype. It's very big right now. I have to make it a little smaller. Ooh, that is crisp. I love that image you chose. We've got our filter, those interactions, very nice. How everything kind of bumps down when you select that more button. That is awesome. Love that one. Let's see what else. Ooh, horror costume selection. All right, this one is by Woo, and this was day 1. Let's see what we got. Oh, your illustrations are so fun. Lovely. So funny. Got your sword. Ooh, nice. Buy now. Love your interactions. Great job with the filter and with the auto animate going in and out of our costumes there. Maybe just like one more. Don't remember if we looked at this one yesterday or not. I don't think so. This one's by Michael Womack. Got a whole case study here. Amazing. Showing all of your process. I love it. I love it. And we've got a prototype. Let's check it out. All right. Every pet. Looks like we got some cards here. Let's see. Not sure if anything. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we've got our horizontal scroll groups. Very nice. Love this yellow color. Let's see what else. Oh, I think I missed the interaction. I saw you got the interaction with the liking, the heart. We've got all the details down here. Awesome. Let's check this out. And then we've got our progress indicator at the bottom. Nice job. Awesome. All right, guys, that is about all the time that I have left for today. Don't go anywhere because in about 5 minutes, we've got office hours with Andrew Hockrattle and Nick Longo. And I will be back here again at 2 p.m. Pacific on Monday. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye, everyone.